instead of it being nighttime and dark, it's actually bright. It's past noon, so it's pretty early. So you might not be spooked at all because it's morning. And the reason why I'm doing it in the morning is because last night I intended to record it, but I was so tired. And to Black Cat ASMR, I'm sorry, because I told you I was going to film it last night, but I was in the process of setting up my mic. I had it set up. All I had to do was plug in the wire into my laptop, and I would have been good to record. But after I had my mic, I was like, man, I feel so tired. I don't even want to do this right now. So I ended up putting it away and setting an alarm on my phone to wake up at 7 in the morning today, which my timer did wake me up, but I just snoozed it several times and then turned it off eventually. So I never actually got up until 11 in the morning. And then in that time, it was actually almost 12. It was 11:50, I think. So in that time, I groomed myself a little bit, and here I am at 12:30 something. Well, Black Cat ASMR, you said that this video would be just in time for your finals. Now I feel like you're already done with your finals, so by the time you watch this video, you will already be done with your finals. So at least if it doesn't help you relax before your finals, it can help you relax after. And I think relaxing after is better than before, but it can go both ways, because if you relax before, then you'll be less stressed while you're taking it, but then afterwards, if you feel like you did very well, the relaxation in the end can be a reward as well. So I have a collection of stories once again on my phone. I think I have 14 of them. A few of them are pretty long, but they're still short enough to be called short, and the other ones are 2-sentence horror stories. So I'll read the 2-sentence ones first. And my goal was to get a bunch of the 2-sentence ones, but I went through so many that were repetitive or they were not scary at all. It was horrible attempts at creating a 2-sentence horror story by some people. And I'm saying that as if I'm good at coming up with 2-sentence horror stories. No, I'm not, but I will tell you straightforwardly, if you're a friend of mine and you write one and it's not creepy or scary at all, it doesn't make me feel any sort of way, then I will tell you that it's not scary. I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh yeah, it's good, post this, yeah. Alright, so this is the first one, and these don't have titles, they just go into it. And then, but some of these, they didn't make me feel anyway either, but I feel like it will have a different effect on some of you guys, or all of you guys in general, because some people, there's some stories in here where a phobia exists for it. So some of you guys who watch might actually have this phobia or these phobias, which I don't, but the reason I put them in here is because some of you could possibly have it. So this one starts off saying, they delivered the mannequins in bubble wrap. From the main room, I begin to hear popping. And it's kind of funny, but for me it is, because I'm not afraid of mannequins, but some people are. And story, the characters move around, the toys move around specifically. So, yeah, like what if you put a walkie-talkie right next to a mannequin and kept one by your bed, and you heard talking or bubble wrap popping? The next story, the next two-sentence horror story. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." Here's where it gets worse. The longer I wore it, the more it grew on me. She had such pretty skin. I just saw the children playing, admiring how high they have swung, but others tell me they're just swaying in the wind. Oh crap, dang it. Let me start over. I messed up. It's supposed to sound scary, not messed up. I just saw the children playing, admiring how high they have swung, but others tell me they're just swaying in the wind where their bodies were hung. That's like a poem, but like a dark one, so it's crazy. It's like Ring Around the Rosie. Little kids don't know what that song is actually about, but once you get to the age where you do know what it means, it's kind of creepy thinking that little kids sing that song and have a great time doing it. Audra looked across the table to smile warmly at the loving faces of her husband and children. I do so enjoy our time together," she whispered, as she gently placed each of their severed heads back into the refrigerator. Damn, that's all bad. I used to be considered the evil twin, but now I'm only. Dang, I keep messing up. And I told myself last night, I was like, okay, I'm gonna recite these so I don't mess up tomorrow. And I recited them last night, and I'm reciting them now, and I'm messing up now. It's like, what the heck? Maybe reciting it one time through isn't enough. I used to be considered the evil twin, but now I'm considered an only child. My eyes were glued to the scarring images on the horrifying scrapbook I found at my new neighbor's house. As I flipped towards the end of the book, I noticed that there was a blank spot with today's date written below it. Imagine how scary that would be. I mean, it only would be scary if the other entries of the book that you read were scary. But if they were like, oh, my neighbor is so kind, they brought me some home cooked meal or something. But like if it said, like, neighbor number 26 that I've killed this week, and then an entry of like how they killed them, and then you're in their house and you read that book and you see today's date and it's blank, then yeah, that would be so scary. That'd be a good prank to pull on someone. Might be too far, but like I'm sure everybody would react in a bad way if they saw that. Unless they're murderers themselves and they kill the pranking neighbor before they get killed, but they're not going to because it's a prank. But then, I don't know, maybe it's a bad prank. There's nothing like the laughter of a baby unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. Okay, and that's the end of the short stories. These are the longer ones. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling a sunburn. I don't know about you, but I kinda make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yup, it's human." Human? What's human? Ma'am, where's the material you removed from the walls already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing. That gave me the shivers when I read it at first because, dang, that means that the murderer who used to live there, he he like peeled their skin and used it as like, and painted it white. So it would look like it's part of the wall, but it's not. That's so scary. This next one is crazy. Like, when I was reading it, I was like, this isn't scary. And it's really not. But when I reached the end of it, I was just like, oh, what? And it made me think. I was like, dang, like this little girl in this situation is like brilliant. I mean, in the way that she's like a child criminal, but like brilliant in the way that, like, do you know how criminals are dumb enough to commit a crime, but they're smart enough not to get caught? That's what I'm talking about. This is like this girl right here. It's crazy. I don't know if I don't think any of these stories are true, but they're I think they're really well written, at least these ones that I'm reading right now, the longer ones. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I am lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom likely far surpasses mine, considering his confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest, my dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street, mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy, and trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he is ready for rehabilitation. That I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he is back. So I'll let you guys think about that. It's crazy though. When my sister Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother because she seemed so kind and nurturing. Man, I have these hiccups again. Always in every single video. Some mornings, Betsy and I would wake up, and on each of our nightstands, we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried that we'd get thirsty during the night. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the house's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied, watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch that chair forward across the room toward us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She'd murdered her two children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed. Then she hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was that old wooden chair, placed exactly in the center of the room. I hope that's not a true story. And if it's not, these are like incredibly written. Like these people should be authors of like a scary book for sure. On Monday, I came up with the perfect plan. No one even knew we were friends. On Tuesday, he stole the gun from his dad. On Wednesday, we decided to make our move during the following day's pep rally. On Thursday, while the entire school was in the gym, we waited just outside the doors. I was to use the gun on whoever walked out first. Then he would take the gun and go into the gym blasting. I walked up to Mr. Quinn, the guidance counselor, and shot him in the face 3 times. He fell back into the gym, dead. The shots were deafening. We heard screams in the auditorium. No one could see us yet. I handed him the gun and whispered, "Your turn." He ran into the gym and started firing. I followed a moment after. He hadn't hit anyone yet. Kids were scrambling and hiding. It was mayhem. I ran up behind him and tackled him. We struggled. I wrenched the gun out of his hands, turned it on him, and killed him. I closed his mouth forever. On Friday, I was anointed a hero. It was indeed the perfect plan. That's like so bad, but that's like so bad. It's not good at all. But like in what I was explaining earlier on how like some criminals are dumb enough to commit the crime but smart enough not to get caught, that's like this. Like it's just so well written, well put together. It's crazy. But nah, that's like, I mean, for a criminal, that is the perfect plan. But um, it's horrible though. We move on to the last story, and I'm glad this video is almost over because I noticed you guys don't even watch the entirety of my videos. It says the average, and I explained this already, the average amount of time watched for all of my videos are nowhere near the entirety of it. For example, I think on my last video before this one, um, the average watch time was 6 minutes, and it was a 54-minute video. So like, wow, guys, come on. But I'm just kidding. You don't need to watch all of it. But that's why this one's shorter. I'm kidding. That's not why it's shorter. This one just turned out to be shorter because I thought it would actually go longer with the long stories I had in here, but it's not. But it doesn't matter though, because if you guys watch, um, if the average watch time of this video is 6 minutes, so 6 minutes out of 30 minutes, that's way better. It's a way better ratio than 6 minutes out of 50 minutes. Here's the last story. It was 1 a.m., and Guy Halverson sat in his dark living room. He hadn't moved for over an hour. The accident earlier that evening kept playing over and over in his mind. The light turned red, but he was in a hurry and accelerated. An orange blur came from his right, and in a split second there was a violent jolt. Then the bicyclist rolled across his hood and fell out of sight on the pavement. Horns blared angrily, and he panicked, stepping on the gas and screeching away from the chaos into the darkness. Shaken and keeping an eye on his rearview mirror until he got home. Why did you run, you idiot? He'd never committed a crime before this and punished himself by imagining years in jail, his career gone, his family gone, and his future gone. Why not just go to the police right now? You can afford a lawyer. Then someone tapped on the front door, and his world suddenly crumbled away beneath him. They found me. There was nothing he could do but answer it. Running would only make matters worse. His body trembling, he got up, went to the door, and opened it. A police officer stood under the porch light. "Mr. Halverson?" asked the grim officer. He let out a defeated sigh. "Yes, let me," and he got cut off by the police officer. I think he was going to say, "Yes, let me explain," but the police officer cut him off by saying, "I am terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. Your son's bike was struck by a hit and run driver this evening. He died at the scene. I'm very sorry for your loss." And I'm getting goosebumps right now reading it again, but like, that's so crazy. Imagine that. So he hit his own son on a bike and just kept on going. I guess that's karma for you. Like, if anything like this has ever happened before, instant karma too, or it sucks. Yeah. So, like, he killed his own son without even realizing it. So, I guess he was so hung up on, like, thinking of the accident when he got home that he wasn't even thinking, oh, when is my son gonna come home on the bike? Like, maybe his son bikes to college, or bikes to high school, or bikes to middle school, anywhere. And he was supposed to come home, but his dad was just freaking out about the accident that he wasn't even thinking about his son. When in reality, he was the reason his son died. So, yeah, that sucks. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. I'm gonna try to switch it up now because Black Cat ASMR gave me an idea. I think she said something about keeping the pattern and destroying the pattern or something like that. And I actually looked it up. I didn't watch any videos on it because I was just so tired last night. And honestly, there's some ASM artist videos who I fall asleep to, but I also like to um I like to be awake. I like to be aware. Yeah, I like to be awake and watch some ASM artist videos because they put so much time and effort into it that I don't want to just waste it and fall asleep to it and just listen to it. I want to see what they've done. I want to see the masterpiece in a video they've created. So you can tell I don't put much time and effort into my videos yet because I messed up so many times reading this, reading these stories. I don't practice much, but uh, an ASMR artist I'd recommend if you guys haven't already seen her videos is Soft ASMR. I'll put her ASMR channel in the description. Um, she is so good at like it's like she studies crimes that have actually happened, true crimes, and her series is called True Crime. And it's crazy, she has like a little tablet or a phone that she reads it off of, but for the most part she's staring directly into the camera, so directly into our eyes when we watch, and explains the story that like because she memorizes it. And then if there's like a little bit that she doesn't have memorized, she'll look down at like a phone or something, and then it's like she installs the information from her phone about the story, about the crime, and then like back to the camera, just like this, and she has this story like memorized by heart. It's crazy. So I'd recommend like watching her channel because she puts work. She puts work, and on top of that, she's using the same microphone. So like her ASMR is so good, and she's not even using like those super expensive microphones like 3DO. Um, I don't know any of the other microphones, but like what they're called, but like the Blue Yeti, it's not like an amazing microphone. It's good. Like I think it's top notch for a USB plug-in microphone. Um, but it's like not fantastic because it picks up stuff that you don't want it to pick up. Like it picks up a lot. Um, but I think what could help with that is using something like this. This is a pop filter. The reason I have it is because when I record my songs, I don't want my breaths like when I'm doing a song. I don't want my breaths to be picked up by the microphone. But I don't have it on here right now because I feel like it's much like more. I think I like it better when you guys can hear everything. It just adds on to the effect. So what other people might think as low quality ASMR, I like it. Like maybe it's called lo-fi ASMR because not only are you hearing me, you're hearing like all the sounds around me. So this is me tapping on my desk. And also, guys, I've grown out my nails a little bit, but I'm gonna grow them out longer because check this out. When I do tapping on the mic, this is this is without nails, and this is with nails. So without, with, like it has a different sound. So I'm gonna grow them out a bit longer so that I can do like a tapping video, not just on the microphone. I'm gonna find objects. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna put some work into this and find some objects. I'm not just gonna um, grab random objects while I'm recording, hoping that it's gonna sound good. Because that's what I did in other videos. I'm actually going to test them out myself, like listen to it before I start recording, so that I know for sure it's going to sound good. But there is something I do want to try though for this video, just like because it's the end of the video. So this is like a bonus trigger, you guys, but not really. All right, so this is a cologne that I received from my cousins in the Philippines when I last visited. It says Our Version of Blue for Men by Chanel. And I guess it's like a knockoff or a spin-off of it, but like it smells pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Like for coming out of the Philippines, yeah, it smells good. Okay, at first I was kind of disappointed. I was like, what? This does not sound like how I thought it would sound. And then like once I heard that, I was like, whoa. See, if I had the pop filter on here, you guys wouldn't even hear this. It wouldn't sound the same, and that's why I have it off. But there is something that I do want to get to, and I think it's like a little foam piece that goes over a microphone. You know those microphones with the foam on it? Yeah, that fits the Yeti perfectly. Like that'd be pretty nice. Smells good. I think I've just found my object. That makes good sounds. Wow. First try. I think taking off and putting back on the cap, so removing and putting it back on. Removing it and replacing it. There we go. Trying to find the right words. Sound good on here, like really good. Oh, that was not good. It was good at first. Dang, this video is still going. I thought it was going to be done in like 25 minutes. Let me just try one more thing, one more trigger. And that's a nail tapping on the phone. So I've never tried it. Like, I don't think I've tried it without nails before. Here's with nails. Maybe I should turn my phone off for this so that doesn't keep bringing up different menus. All right, there we go. I still feel like they're not long enough to actually sound good though. That sounds nice. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. This was not meant to extend this long. Honestly, it's almost been 40 minutes, and it was supposed to end earlier, but I hope that these sounds are sounds that you've enjoyed. I hope that the combination of soft spoken or speaking softly and whispering turns out for the best for these videos. Um, the next video will not be a creepy stories video. I may do it again in the future, but I've done a few creepy stories in a row, probably like 3 videos, I'd say. Um, I don't even know if that's including this one or not. Um, so I want to change it up. I don't want to just stay. I don't want to just settle in with this. Gotta change it up so you guys don't get bored. Yeah. Um, it is now past 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have not eaten breakfast yet because I got up at 11, and I wanted to record this. And what sucks too. Sorry guys, like just keep on talking, man. But if you guys like came over to my house, like I would not shut up. Like damn. Last night, before I set up the microphone, I was like so hungry, and I was like, damn, I really want to record, but I'm so freaking hungry. So I went downstairs. There's nothing to eat. So I cooked 6 eggs on the on a frying pan. I know that's a lot of cholesterol, but I was like so hungry, and I was like, dang. And I wasn't even full. I was like, because eggs don't fill you up. Like they really don't. It's whatever you eat with eggs. For a common breakfast. So, like, if you have bacon with eggs or potatoes with eggs, the other things fill you up. Like pancakes with eggs, the eggs never fill you up unless it's like an omelet and it has all those vegetables in it and bacon. But yeah, so I cooked myself 6 eggs. I didn't even season it with anything but kosher. I don't know if it's kosher or kosher salt, but yeah, I had that because I'm addicted to this hot sauce called Cholula, and it's called it says flavorful fire on the bottom, and I just drink it. I just go like, okay, that's gonna look weird if I'm like reenacting taking or like dumping the bottle in my mouth, so I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'd rather not. But yeah, so I drink it and it tastes so good, but like it makes my stomach hurt. Like my body can like never handle spicy, but like I eat it anyway because it's worth it. Like the time spent in the bathroom after eating something so hot is so worth it in my opinion because it tastes so good. And yeah, so I ate those eggs, and then after I came back upstairs, I was setting up the microphone, and I was just like, "Dang, I'm so tired." So I couldn't do it. I could have done it, but I feel like it wouldn't have been enjoyable. But now that it's a new day, I hope to come up with some ideas on what to record for tonight. Cause like I don't like skipping a day. I really don't. Um, since this video was supposed to be last night's film, um, I will, if I'm awake enough, I will. I do want to record again tonight. But here's another thing I wanted to clarify. Um, I read online. I read somewhere. I think it was one of the Snapchat stories that are provided when you swipe left. Um, and it said that you are more motivated to do something, or you are less motivated to tell. You are oh crap. You are less motivated to do something after you tell others you are going to do it, and I feel that completely. Um, because like there have been several times where, like, not even on here on YouTube, it would be on YouNow. I have a link in my profile. It's like a live streaming app. Like I would tell people, "Yeah, guys, I'm gonna stream later today. Stay tuned," or something like that. But like, then I wouldn't even want to do it anymore. It's like after everybody knows, like I just don't want to anymore. Um, so after this video, I'm no longer gonna say in the comments when a new video is coming out. I'm just gonna surprise you guys because I don't want to lose that motivation because I used to be so addicted to writing songs and I'd post on SoundCloud all the time and on Instagram all the time. I just have little snippets of songs that I do. Um, and then once I started telling people when I was going to drop a song, I just lost the motivation and interest in it altogether. So from now on, I'm not going to say anything. After this video, I'm not going to say anything because a few minutes ago, I did say that if I'm awake enough, I do want to record again tonight. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say I am going to. I'm not going to say I'm not going to. I do want to, though. So thank you guys for watching another ASMR video that was hardly planned out, but hopefully it turned out well enough. There's the Ouija board that I used for the last thumbnail. Peep it. Only $20 on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. You guys can easily find it if you want it. And I'm not one to say like I don't condone you the use of you like using it. Like YouTube isn't gonna ban my account if you guys have an issue with it. So just like don't be disrespectful when you use it. Don't show fear. Um, and don't consider it as a game. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you.
Hi. You live?
My dad just walked in for an ASMR video. Oh my gosh. It was like, you live? As in, like, am I streaming? And I was just like, because I don't want to tell him, like, I don't want to like explain to him, oh no, I'm not live, I'm just filming a video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.